بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد خاتم الرسل النبيين. My dear brothers and sisters, Jazakumullahu khairan for all the phone calls and the emails and the Facebook messages regarding the email we sent out yesterday. Yesterday we sent out a message to our students and community members and also to a large number of masajid and centers in the DMV region, raising the flag that we are hitting a roadblock and that we are at risk. When I say we, I mean our institute that belongs to all of us, the Islamic Leadership Institute of America. So I thank everyone for their concern, and I'd like to share the ILIA story very quickly to explain why are we hitting a roadblock and what does that really mean. So back in 2009, we started this fine organization on the shoulders of two young 17-year-old men and a 16-year-old young woman, myself and another brother. The five of us put together a vision that is very bold, but what we brought together to the table was not the capital, but it was the transformation. It was the passion to transform everyone in our communities to be the best that has been brought out to mankind, to command the good, prevent the evil, and believe in the Creator. It is through this vision of transforming our individuals, our youth, our families, and our communities to become empowered, to transform the society around us, to be good and promote goodness, to please the Creator. Over the years, we have grown from a small virtual organization working over the web, over Eventbrite, MailChimp, Facebook, and Twitter, to have an office in the building right behind me here in Ellicott City. A 100-square-foot office where 6 of us used to cram. We had a desk, we had a little library, we had storage space. In the first 6 months, alhamdulillah, with the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His support and the dua of everyone who was involved with our organization, we were able to deliver 6 great programs for ages 9 through 15. From retreats to little workshops to movie nights, and from there ILIA just grew exponentially to become the fine institute it is today. Over the last 4 years, we've been serving 650 plus students over 7 states. In our home state in Maryland, in Virginia, the District of Columbia, Michigan, Tennessee, New York, North Carolina, besides other trips and retreats to places as far as Georgia South and Tennessee West. But this growth does not come for free. It comes with responsibility, dedication, and commitment. And to be honest, if we look around at ILIA, almost 80%, if not everything, has been built on the shoulders of our young people, people under the age of 20. I would not exaggerate if I say that our 14-year-olds are running the ship today. And this is not fair. It's not fair to them. It's not fair to other volunteers at the organization. Alhamdulillah, from the day we started until today, all our officers, our executive team, our board members have been volunteering their time and efforts. But as our organization grows, we need to infuse some capital. When we started back in 2009, we only had $10 in the bank account. By the end of the year, in the first 6 months, we had a loss of $40. By the end of 2010, alhamdulillah, the organization had brought in revenue through fees and donations, and by the end of the year, we had a net asset gain of about $5,000. But ILIA's philosophy is to invest what it has into the good of the community. We've been serving youth in detention centers. We've been serving gifted and talented youth through our Mission Excellence program. We've been coaching and counseling over 25 people. We have internships as young as middle schoolers up to college age. And over the years, we have been involved with dozens and dozens of young people, families, and professionals. This institute is embarking on a great mission, but it needs everyone's help. Alhamdulillah, over the first 3 years of our existence, we've put together a very strong framework for leadership development. We believe it's unique in its kind and first of its kind in the world. As a matter of fact, we're the first organization in the world to provide Islamic project management for young people, and the fifth in this country to provide project management for young people, period. Alhamdulillah, we have a very innovative strategy, a very bold vision. We've developed 6 key pillars for our leadership framework: retreats and certifications in the form of retreats and classes, internships, our Empower One coaching and mentoring program, our Mission Excellence tutoring program, which is very essential because most of our students are young people. Their full-time job is their academics. So in order to make sure that they're strong leaders, we have to make sure they're strong students as well. Number 5 is our community-based projects such as Smartscapes, a business and a project that's run by high schoolers from Howard County, occasionally Washington, D.C., serving Catonsville, Howard County, and the surrounding areas. Plus other little projects for capacity building, our new platform for leadership development, which is Green Sprouts, which brings together students as young as 5 years old with their mentors who are as old as 80, bringing maturity, discipline to excitement, motivation, and inspiration. Alhamdulillah, for me the last 4 years have been inspiring. They have been motivating. A few days ago, actually a couple of weeks ago, a well-known athlete came out on the news and said a statement about his color and his sexual orientation. And that really frustrated me because it transgressed the world. It went across the world from left to right, from China to California, on the large networks, on Al Jazeera, on CNN, on Fox News. But when it comes to goodness, we don't hear it too much. So I went on a mission and I said, I'm brown and I'm inspired. Let ILIA shine. Indeed, I am inspired by the young youth who built this organization from day one, by the young 17-year-olds who moved on now to start other great organizations in their localities, who are now finishing college, to our 14-year-olds who are today running our ILIA Youth Center, a youth center that's not only attended by Muslim youth, but non-Muslim youth. Non-Muslim teenagers come and attend our gatherings. They get involved in the wrestling tournaments. They get involved in the halaqas and the discussions. They ask questions about what happens after death. They ask questions about what does Islam say about dating. They ask questions about issues that teenagers go through. And I'm truly inspired by our 14-year-olds who, after the Boston horrific attack, have been taking the pressure by their school peers and their families with all the stuff that's going on in the media. One 14-year-old showed me the other day a discussion between him and his friend on Facebook, and how his friend was defending the Muslims, telling his mother that they're not what the media portrays them to be. And it reached a point where there was a disagreement between the mother and her son, that the son raised his voice on his mother. And our 14-year-old was telling him, bro, you should not talk to your mom like that. I understand where she's coming from because of all that she's hearing in the media. But you've been coming to our center and you've seen what we've done. You've seen what we've been talking about. You see how they discipline us. You see how they teach us right from wrong. And his friend went on saying that my mother is not letting me talk to you anymore, is not letting me go out with you anymore because of what's in the media. This is what our youth are bringing to the table. They're bringing dawah, they're bringing outreach, they're bringing identity, they're bringing development for themselves and other people. This last Sunday we had a picnic at Green Sprouts in Baltimore, and it was a wonderful time. It was organized and arranged by the youth. They built their barbecue grill using stone for many reasons: to learn teamwork, to learn patience, to learn commitment and planning, and for it to be a symbol there for everyone who comes to Green Sprouts to look at it, to look how beautiful it is, how crooked it is, and how simple it is. The youth opted to buy bricks and build it themselves rather than go and buy a ready-made grill for several dozen dollars. I can stand here for a week and talk a lot about the accomplishments, but there's a lot more than what we have been doing. We need everyone's support. This organization has been built on the mission of transforming everyone in America to become the best they can be, to become the best nation that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has expected us to become. My dear brothers and sisters, we need to raise $160,000 by the end of July for this organization to remain in existence. It cannot run by volunteers anymore. We need to hire people. We need to pay them just like any other nonprofit out there. If we are serious about our future, if we are serious about our present, then we have to invest in this. This is not a large amount of money. For 650 people who have been impacted by our organization, this is nothing. This is pennies. But we cannot continue to operate on vapor. You cannot build leaders on pennies. This is not going to work. So I urge each one of you to reach out to your friends, your communities, your centers, and to help raise that amount of money. By the end of May, we need to raise $25,000. As of now, we're 30% through that goal. We have 2 weeks left. Alhamdulillah, since yesterday, we raised 20%. For the last 2 months, we've only raised 10%. This tells me that at times of difficulty, we come together and we make things happen by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We know it's not that quantity matters, but it's quality. As the Prophet ﷺ said, there will come a time you will be plentiful, but have no impact. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make each one of us a person of impact. Impact for goodness, impact for development and prosperity, impact for peace. My dear brothers and sisters, just yesterday, a young 15-year-old brother told me, Ammu Ayman, you're wasting your time. Our generation is busted. I said, what do you mean? I'm wasting my time. All this stuff we're doing, all these great accomplishments, all this development I've been seeing in you guys over the years, and you're telling me I'm wasting my time? Absolutely not. You meant I'm investing my time. And he went on listing to me horrific things that young people go through. When I say young people, I mean including young Muslims. We're seeing Muslim kids as young as 10 involved in pornography, as young as 12 involved in smoking, as young as 14 involved in intimate relationships. We're seeing sisters losing their virginity at a very young age. We're seeing horrific things that don't relate and are completely incompatible with our values and principles. And our bodies have become numb to it. Our ears and eyes have become numb to it as a community, as a family, and as a Muslim ummah in this country. So I hope this is a wake-up call for every one of us. I'm inspired by ILIA. I'm inspired by each one of you who has been helping the organization over the years. I'm inspired by our young generation who's been putting their time and efforts into this wonderful dream. But it would not happen and would not continue without everyone's effort. So please go to our website, visit islamicleadership.org, and contribute something that you can. If you cannot contribute $1,000 or $10,000, make sure you go talk to 10 friends and ask them to contribute $1,000. But time is running out. We have an obligation. We've been, alhamdulillah, blessed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to receive a grant. And our share of that grant is $15,000. It has to be paid in the next 3 days. So my appeal to you is to make that happen, because I believe that this is going to be the first step of making ILIA an institute where it is self-sufficient and self-dependent. Inshallah, we'll be sending more videos on our progress, future developments. Other people from ILIA will be speaking to everyone, inshallah, over video as well. A couple of very quick announcements, upcoming events. We have a medical conference organized by some of our youngsters, high school sister. We also have a program on the impact of drugs in trauma treatment and emergency rooms, also organized by another young sister. These are coming up inshallah in the next few weeks. So make every effort to join these programs, both youth and parents. Parents need to be aware of what's going on around us in the society. We have found that many parents are very isolated. They pretend that they know what's going on. They pretend they understand the dynamics of the society, but really, when it comes to problems and challenges, they don't know how to deal with it because they don't understand and they don't know. These are great opportunities to get exposed to some of the underlying issues we have in our communities, and also to be inspired to move forward for those who are interested in the medical field, for example, in the first program. We also have an exchange student program. If there's anyone interested in hosting an Egyptian teenager, age 15, for 10 days during the end of June, the early part of July, inshallah, contact us. We're looking for a few families who'd be interested in hosting these young people who are coming to learn leadership and take some classes at ILIA and join some of our programs, inshallah. We also have a program where we'd like to send some American Muslims to other countries such as Egypt and Pakistan and other parts of the Middle East and the Muslim world. So more information will be sent on our website. Of course, we're looking for a lot of volunteers as usual, and we really want the parents to become more involved. We're finding that many of our young students are very excited and interested in this organization, but unfortunately they're not getting the support that they need from their own households. And this in itself is a very alarming phenomenon. So I end this wishing everyone a wonderful day and asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us all with the best of peace, compassion, mercy. And astawdi'ukum Allah until we talk again. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
ماكثين فيه أبدا وينذر الذين قالوا اتخذ الله ولدا ما لهم به من علم ولا لآبائهم كبرت كلمة تخرج من أفواههم إن يقولون إلا كذبا فلعلك باخع نفسك على آثارهم إن لم يؤمنوا بهذا الحديث أسفا إنا جعلنا ما على الأرض زينة لها لنبلوهم أيهم أحسن عملا وإنا لجاعلون ما عليها صعيدا حسبت أن أصحاب الكهف والرقيم كانوا من آياتنا عجبا إذ أوى الفتية إلى الكهف فقالوا ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهيئ لنا من أمرنا رشدا فضربنا على آذانهم في الكهف سنين عددا ثم بعثناهم لنعلم أي الحزبين أحصى لما لبثوا أمدا نحن نقص عليك نبأهم بالحق إنهم فتية آمنوا بربهم وزدناهم هدى وربطنا على قلوبهم إذ قاموا فقالوا ربنا رب السماوات والأرض لن ندعو من دونه إلها لقد قلنا إذا شططا هؤلاء قومنا اتخذوا من دونه آلهة لولا يأتون عليهم افترى